So, once again, I have been chastised, demeaned, yelled at, and attacked for having an opinion that happens to be different than somebody else's. It's not even funny to me anymore. It's downright enraging how any supporter of the Democratic Party can have and voice their opinion on absolutely anything, and anyone who disagrees with them or happens to be a Republican Party supporter is automatically wrong. They're stupid. They're an idiot. They have no clue what they're talking about. They're uneducated. They're not worldly. And for voicing your opinion, you're chastised and demeaned and attacked. I am just sick of this. I don't understand how I'm the bad guy and I'm the piece of shit for voicing my opinion when you just did the same thing. Just because we don't agree, it doesn't mean that I'm right and you're wrong, and vice versa. Neither one of us are wrong, and neither one of us are right. That just means that we don't agree. I'm getting sick and tired of only some people can voice their opinion and others can't because of who they support. That's not how it works. That's not how the First Amendment works. That's not what my husband and my friends and many members of my family sacrifice their lives to go and fight for and secure our freedom to have our own opinion. I'm just sick and tired of not being able to have an opinion without being ridiculed or threatened or yelled at or demeaned or, put down in any way. Why is it that certain people of this country can have an opinion, but I can't? Just because I'm a Republican. I mean, I'm not going to say that everything that I say is right. And, if I'm wrong, that's fine. You point it out, and I'll admit that I'm wrong. But I don't take my opinions and use it as fact. I base my opinions on factual things. On things that I've seen and things that I have read. And even things that you see and things that you read, they're not always accurate. So I go and I do more of my research. And I read more. And again, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. It happens. People are wrong about things. And that's fine. The difference is I'm willing to admit when I'm wrong. I'm willing to admit that when I say something that I think is a fact because I heard it or I read it somewhere, and somebody points out, well, you said this, but this is actually what was said, or this is the context as it was in. That's fine. And I'm willing to admit that I'm wrong. And there's a lot of people that have attacked me and chastised me and put me down and demeaned me and ridiculed me who are actually wrong but won't admit that they're wrong. People keep coming down on me because I have an opinion. I live in the United States of America. I have just as much right to voice my opinion on anything, whether it's political or not, as anybody else who lives in this country. I have the right to free speech. I have the right to have my opinion, and I have the right to express that opinion. I mean, if you're going to put something out there on a public forum for other people to see, you can expect other people to have an opinion. And occasionally, every now and again, there are going to be people who are going to voice their opinion, whether they agree or not. That's their right. That's my right. That's your right. And everybody else who sees what you post and posts their own things that'll show up on your news feed on Facebook or your feed on Twitter, if somebody has an opposing opinion, they have the right to voice that opinion and to come down on them and demean them and to just make them look and feel as small as possible. I'm sorry, it's a little un-American. And it's bullshit. You should not make anybody feel bad about their opinion or their choice in candidate. I've said this before, and I'll say it again. Donald Trump was not my first choice. He wasn't. But he is what I'm left with. And I would rather have somebody in office who occasionally says something offensive and occasionally is a little crude and a little crass over somebody who gets our Americans killed, who has no regard for human life. Thing of it is, I'm angry. And I have the right to be angry. Because I have the right to my opinion, and I have the absolute 100% right to voice my opinion on anything that I see on a public forum, whether or not it's what you agree with. And anything that I post, whether you agree or not, you have the right to comment on and voice your opinion. If you don't, that's your choice. I have never, ever banned or excluded or said anything to the effect that you cannot post your opinion or voice your opinion on anything that I have said. I am fine with it. I'm an adult and I'm a big girl. I can take a lot of things. What I can't take to exercise their First Amendment right, but then come down on me for doing the same exact thing. How is that right? How is that fair? You can voice your opinion because of your race, your gender, your religion, where you live, the fact that you went to college or didn't go to college, but I can't for the sole fact that I'm a Republican. Tell me how that's fair, and you tell me how that's right, and how in any country, in any world, in any universe for that matter, that makes any sense. That the First Amendment, it applies to you, but not to me. You're a Democrat and you support so-and-so, so you can say whatever the hell you want, and you can put people down, and you can demean people, and you can call them names and threaten them and treat them like absolute pieces of shit for having an opinion, just like you, just because they disagree. How is it that the First Amendment applies to you because you're a Democrat, but it doesn't apply to me because I'm a Republican? If somebody could explain this to me, I mean, maybe it's there in the First Amendment and I missed it somewhere. So there you go. Do your fact checking. Go read through the First Amendment again. And if you see anywhere in there where it says that it only applies to Democrats or anyone who goes against the Republicans, that Democrats can have and voice their opinion, but Republicans can't, you find that, you post that to me. You can post it in my comments here. You can post it on my Facebook. It's a private account, but hell, I'll let you in so you can post it. You can post it on my Twitter. Hell, I'll give you my email address and you can email it to me. If it says right there in the First Amendment that me as a Republican cannot have an opinion, and I can't voice my opinion, but you as a Democrat can, please show me exactly where that says. Because until you find where that says, and you find that it actually says that, do not come down on me for exercising my First Amendment rights. Don't come down on me because you voice your opinion and you exercise your First Amendment rights. But when I turn around and I do the same exact goddamn thing, you want to come down on me? I'm sick of this shit. I'm absolutely tired of it. I have the right to my opinions just the same as anybody else in this goddamn country. I am Lindsay Kelley, signing off.